Hi beautiful people, if you're new here, my name is Latricia. I'm a pet caregiver with flair. I have a passion for fashion, in particular wardrobe styling. Hi beautiful people, this is Sainty. Look, he's really shy. This is Sainty. Look at his cute stuff, his heart is beating so fast. Hi baby, say hi. Say hi Sainty, wait. Say hi. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. In today's video, we will be talking about pet caregiving with a reactive Chihuahua, training tips and real life scenarios. First things first, reactivity is when a dog overreacts to normal things in their environment. A reactive dog is a dog that responds to normal stimuli with abnormal or an excessive level of arousal. This can lead to behaviors that are disproportionate to the situation, such as barking, lunging, growling, cowering, or pulling on the leash. Reactive dogs can also be overexcited, anxious, or aggressive. A reactive dog is usually a fearful dog, but they are most likely due to a lack of training, lack of socialization, or prior bad experiences. Chihuahuas can become reactive for a number of reasons, including lack of socialization. Chihuahuas can have a bold attitude and may become defensive and agitated in new or uncertain situations.
I don't understand.
If they aren't socialized early on, this can include being fearful or defensive around new people or animals or even their owners. The second reason may be anxiety. Chihuahuas can be nervous dogs, and anxiety can lead to reactivity. For example, a dog with an anxious personality may act out to protect itself if it's scared of other dogs. The third reason may be lack of training. Dogs that aren't properly trained or given boundaries. Other reasons dogs may become reactive could be genetic factors, prior bad experiences, or learned experiences such as trauma. Stress signs to look for include well eyes, and that is when the dogs reveal the whites of their eyes. Tucked ears or tail, raised hackles, and hackles is when the hair on a dog's neck or back stand up, lip licking, yawning, and panting. Your dog may also avoid eye contact or look away. Dogs often bark at the door due to the natural instinct to protect their territory. The sound of the doorbell or knock can be perceived as a signal of an intruder, triggering their protective behavior. However, excitement can also be a reason for barking. Desensitization and counter-conditioning are behavior modification techniques that can help reduce or eliminate undesirable responses to stimuli. Desensitization gradually exposes an animal to a stimulus that causes a negative response, starting at a low level and increasing the intensity over time. Counter-conditioning is when you pair the stimulus with something that causes a positive response, such as a treat.
I'm working on desensitization and counter-conditioning with Murphy. Murphy has developed a fear of the blinds. He gets upset if he hears them rattling. He gets really upset if I try to close the blinds. And since July the 4th is coming up, I'd like to be able to close the blinds when the fireworks start without scaring Murphy. So the desensitization part is that instead of moving the blinds enough that it scares Murphy, I try to move them very slightly, enough that he notices, but not enough so that he gets upset. We start at a level that keeps him below threshold. And by below threshold, I mean that he's not barking or running around like he normally does. As you can see, his tail is wagging. He's not running away from the blinds, but he is noticing the blinds. And I slowly increase in tiny increments how much I move the blinds. That's the desensitization part. Eventually I want to be able to close the blinds without Murphy getting upset. The counter conditioning part is pairing treats with the blinds. The movement of the blinds has to happen first and then the treat. So that way the blinds predict food, so hopefully we change his feelings about the blinds. If I were to do food then blinds, it could make him dislike the food. And for counter conditioning to work well, you want to find a food that the dog really likes but doesn't get any other time, or at least often. And right now we're doing goat cheese. It all depends on the dog on what he or she might find very tasty. But normally you want something better than dried wheat biscuits. Unless, of course, that's what your dog goes wild for. And it doesn't always have to be food.
For example, you could give your dog a treat when it is near a quiet dog. Or bring out nail clippers and give your dog a treat before putting them away. Here are some tips for creating a desensitization and counter conditioning program. Identify the stimuli that trigger this behavior. Start with combinations of stimuli that are unlikely to cause a fearful reaction. Work up to the most difficult characteristics. Establish a reward gradient for your pet. Understand subtle signs of fear and anxiety. Tip number 2, positive reinforcement. Dogs respond best to praise. And food or toys. Positive reinforcement training uses a reward for desired behaviors, because the reward makes them more likely to repeat the behavior. Positive reinforcement is one of your most powerful tools for shaping or changing your dog's behavior.
Like how we reward them, how we approach them, and watch their response. So if they look stressed, if they look nervous, we change what we do. Hey Bella, say I want Bella to come to this bed. I've pointed her to go there. I've tossed some rewards. Now, I toss the rewards on the bed because I want her to find them there to learn to come right to the bed. So let's just say, for example, I want her to learn to lay quietly here on this bed while people are walking by, you know, to kind of sit down like this. You know how it is in living rooms. It's always very tight. And we have dog beds near chairs. And when somebody stands up, that's when the dog lunges up or barks or jumps. So here's an interaction, how to do the training tip, but these are the tips to make sure we've got it good for the dog as well as for the person. So first of all, every day you're going to practice with the dog like her, taking some of her meal, and come here, let's say you're up, good girl, and taking it and tossing it in the bed, and as you just walk in front, because to a dog who's nervous about people being close, now Bella trusts me, so she's not looking nervous, but let's just say you do this and the dog cowers their head. We're going to toss the reward, keeping our body upright so that she does not cower her head. So you're going to hang it. So like as I walk by, I may reach the reward down, keeping her head up, or as I step and her head's up, I toss the reward as I take the next step toward the chair. And so, 10 little nuggets of food earned this way for dinner. And I keep tossing the reward to her on the bed as I stand up and I sit down, is what she's learning to stay in her bed, not lunge up at me. And I am watching that she can do that. If she were to start to bark or get agitated, she's telling me I'm still too close to the chair. So we would need to create a way of moving this chair farther away or putting the bed in a different space. Her body language back to me in this training session is very important to read and to understand and respond to. If she's barking, if her head cowers, if she looks nervous, she's saying it's still too close. So we have to create the setting to be more farther apart so this stimulus or trigger of someone passing close by is not so intense. So this is what we mean by the interaction between the dog and the human, and that we are responding to them, that we are changing what we do to help make it better for them, and then that's how they learn to tolerate and to accept all the things we do in a household that frankly can be a little bit confusing or scary for a lot of our dogs. And this will also help to increase safety and prevent bites in the home. Thank you.
Tip number 3, you want to establish a safe space for the Chihuahua or reactive dog. A safe space is a crucial part of life for a reactive dog, providing a place for them to retreat to when feeling overwhelmed or anxious. It can be a quiet room, a corner with their bed, or a crate. The space should be off limits to others. Location. Consider placing the space away from windows and outside noise. A fan or a white noise machine can help mask outside sounds. Comfort. Make the place feel safe and snug by adding blankets or comfy bed. Accessibility. While the space should provide a break from activity, dogs are social creatures and may still want to be near their family. Consistency and patience. If you've ever attempted to learn a new skill, be it playing a musical instrument, mastering a new sport, or picking up a new language, you'd know that consistent practice is often the key to proficiency. Similarly, in dog training, consistency is the cornerstone upon which all successful training rests. Consistency is what will help your dogs rehearse the things you want and not the things you don't. Your words, actions, and intentions must all be consistent if your dog is to learn. Consistency in your training messages and consistency in their experiences. While caring for a reactive pit bull in its owner's absence, I faced numerous challenges, especially in a bustling city environment. The dog was highly sensitive to other dogs, loud noises, and skateboards, making each walk a careful balancing act. Administering treats to reinforce positive behavior required constant vigilance and quick reflexes to manage sudden reactions. The busy streets amplify the difficulties, necessitating an acute awareness of our surroundings to avoid triggers and ensure the dog's comfort and safety. This experience underscored the importance of patience, consistency, and keen observation when handling reactive dogs. In this video, we explore pet caregiving with the reactive Chihuahua, focusing on understanding reactivity and its common triggers such as dogs and doorbells. We demonstrated real-life scenarios highlighting the Chihuahua's reactions and discussed effective training techniques, including desensitization, counter-conditioning, positive reinforcement, and creating a safe space. Emphasizing consistency and patience, we shared personal experiences and showcased progress made. I encourage you guys, the viewers, to stay dedicated to training and to share your own personal experiences with reactive dogs in the comments. Please subscribe, like, and comment on this video, sharing your personal experiences with reactive dogs. Thank you for watching. Also follow me on Instagram at LatriciaDodson_. That is LatriciaDodson_. Until next time, bye.